the newsroom.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Ladies and gentlemen, heading over into the drone newsosphere with Jeff Sills. There's a lot happening. Tell us all about it, sir.
Well, let's see. This week's got a pretty good sort of diversity of news.
Yeah.
But starting with the most important thing for everybody out there, the FAA rules have changed. The Part 107 pilots that are doing their recurrent exams, as you mentioned before, are now able to do that online. There are 3 different exams depending on which certificate holder you are. So if you're a certificate 61, a Part 107 with a part or under Part 61, and then there's another one for Part 107 holders, regardless of currency. So make sure that you review what your standards are as to which tests you're supposed to take. Now, this is all important because on April 21st, the new rules for Part 107 pilots then come into play. And those are the rules that allow you to operate over people, moving vehicles at night without a waiver under certain conditions. And they will accept airspace authorization requests from remote pilots to operate in controlled airspaces at night as long as they have completed the updated testing and training requirements. Now, one thing about this, if you don't have your Part 107, you still have to take it the old-fashioned way, at least for the time being,
Yes.
Through one of the centers.
One of the PSI centers. Kelly, can you add anything to this?
Well, I'm super excited about the ability to take the recurrent online because mine is due, and I had heard this might happen. Actually, it's also going to have people take their recurrence more quickly because it's more convenient. And then the whole thing with being able to fly over people and moving vehicles is fantastic. I mean, I'm going to get in that stuff. I'm going to study up. I'm going to pass all those things, and then I'm going to fly right over a crowd.
Right over them. There's a bunch of resources in the description of this video. Lots and lots of links. In fact, there is a on my website, I have under new FAA drone resources this link to, there you go, it's a PDF, and that'll bring up a whole host of other links for you to check out if you want to go directly to a daylight operation, all this. And this is provided by my buddy Adam. Very kind of him to write this. So that's a good resource for you. Now, something I actually just found out today, and it pisses me off. You know, I've got a daylight waiver, 14 CFR Part 107.29, right? And I got a piece of paper back there that says it's good till 2024. Well, apparently not, because after May 17th, 2021, no person may operate a small unmanned aircraft system at night with a waiver issued prior to March 16th, 2021. So, cover the kids' ears, but that's what I like to call a bunch of bullshit.
So, as I said, the FAA giveth and the FAA taketh away. But I can tell you something that'll make you feel better, Ken.
Yeah.
You got a second new member.
I do? Oh, yeah, wonderful, wonderful.
Down, 3 to go.
Oh, I see
Levi
that.
Conley.
Oh, thank you, and welcome. Welcome. As the train comes. You can always hear the Can you hear? There's a guy, I know these conductors by heart now. And I do a morning show on the radio at WJLI in Paducah, Kentucky, and it always seems like when we're on the air, old Honky McGee comes by, and
he means honking the horn, not the racial.
I think they understood that, but you can hear this guy's laying in on it thick. I don't know how I can sleep through that, but I can. Anyway, that's a quick aside. Now back to the news.
All right, so next we have a police project in the EU called Skyfall. They have a new police anti-drone unit.
The proliferation of cheap and easy-to-fly drones has triggered a rise in the number of incidents where the safety and security of individuals and facilities has been compromised. Skywall 100 has the ability to quickly and easily neutralize a drone threat by physically capturing a drone in a net and controlling its descent to the ground. The launcher is equipped with a smart scope to assist in precise targeting. The operator acquires a target while receiving constant feedback from the smart scope. The onboard computer tracks the target's flight path and calculates the required projectile trajectory to intercept a hovering or moving drone.
Don't do it! Oh, no!
The only way to completely neutralize a drone, whether it's being flown manually or autonomously, is to physically intercept it.
Wow.
The system can be rapidly reloaded, allowing multiple drone threats to be quickly engaged by a single operator.
Whoa, man, that is heavy-duty stuff. That is the latest net technology.
Well, the net here is that you shouldn't fly over that dude.
You shouldn't. Don't fly there.
No.
Don't fly where you're not wanted, because you'll end up in the net.
If you see a dude with a big trash can looking thing on his shoulder, don't fly over him.
Yeah, you see a dude with a gun as big as he is.
Yeah.
Stay
away.
Because that is a...
Then he said it was ease of use.
Force multiplier!
All right, so next we have, this is out of Weber County, Utah. There was a stranded couple that had gotten lost, and the sheriff's office was deployed their drone, and just minutes after arriving on the scene, they cut down the search time considerably, and they were able to locate the couple and get them safely back down off the mountain. This is the footage we have from their drone.
It's amazing what you can do with the right set of tools.
That was them right there.
One of the newest pieces of equipment for the Weber County Sheriff's Office search and rescue team has been put to good use time and time again.
Around 3 p.m. we got a call that we had 2 stranded hikers up Buse Canyon.
The drone was called into action again Tuesday night.
They got into a situation where they realized they needed help.
The 2 hikers were more than 5 miles from the trailhead and had ventured off of the trail when they got cliffed out.
Steep banks with deep snow and ice, and they didn't feel comfortable trying to get back to the trail, so they called 911.
As search and rescue volunteers hit the trail and took off on foot.
The camera on it has that zoom that is incredible, the thermal, and also a laser rangefinder.
The drone was deployed and quickly located the 2 hikers. The drone not only showed the rescuers on foot.
The volunteers that come out on search and rescue are just invaluable, and they are the true heroes.
But showed the moments that help arrived.
3, 2, 1. On the ground.
Since the hikers were hypothermic, the DPS Aero Bureau came in to assist.
Hook is in hand. This hold here, he's hooking up. This is a great spot.
Both hikers were hoisted back to the trailhead where they walked away on their own power.
Are you okay to stand?
A true testament to the teamwork from those on the ground to the eyes in the sky.
That is awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
before we go any further,
Yeah.
I do want to raise a quick toast, gentlemen.
What is it?
Does everyone have a glass?
Oh,
Here's to lost hikers, because they always make drone people look good.
they do.
They really
yeah.
help the drone community by getting lost and then letting us find them.
Right.
So
Thanks,
thank you.
Thanks for getting lost, yet still have your cell phone to call for a drone to rescue you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And without them, I wouldn't have any news. So
That's right. And if you get lost with your cell phone, remember, don't use the map feature. Just call 911, have them send out a drone.
absolutely.
All right.
All right. Next, we have some footage that came out of New South Wales off the south coast. A drone pilot captured some spectacular footage of 100 southern eagle rays. These are like the sea rays, eagle rays, and they were forming little shapes. The first one was a square, but then as they got grouped up together, somebody noticed that they had actually formed a shape that looked just like Australia.
Oh. I guess I could see that.
Yeah, it starts forming in there, and they actually sort of formed the shape of Australia.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh,
There you go.
I was going to say juicy, beefy steak, but Australia, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a 16-ounce sirloin. That's what that looks like to me.
That's a lot of rays, man. That's
This
cool.
was off the coast of Nelson's Beach. So
That is really neat.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next in the news, okay, we have seen the drones that they use to start forest fires. But one of the things that I don't think we've ever really gotten a chance to understand is how these drones work. I mean, sure, we see them dropping little pellets and stuff, But how does that happen? And this is a great insight into the drones that do this.
And it was very nice of someone to let this company burn their lawn. Hey, can we fly our drone over your property? Sure. Hey, you mind if we drop pellets that light on fire? Say what? Now, not everybody can get one of these, right? You have to have special.
This is a drone that is set up specifically for fire managers across.
Okay, good, because
different states.
I can see this being purchased by a lot of jilted exes. You know,
dropping it into the gas tank of your ex's car.
Right, or just on the car, or on their house, or on them, or whatever. You know what I mean? Little fire bombs.
I think if it could drop the fire thing and like a bag of dog poop at the same time, that would actually
flaming dog poop drone.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that's
they
cool.
stomp on it.
Well, it has the ability to cover 50 to 75 acres in a single flight. It has a capacity of 150 of these dragon egg spheres, is what they call them, and they use these to create counterfire. So they will set up prescribed burns in certain areas that they want to minimize the spread of fire, or to prevent larger fires from becoming more prevalent in those areas.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's what firefighters do. They create fire breaks with fire. Counterfires. But not to be a stickler, but certainly they've had to get special permission from the FAA, because the FAA says you can't attach like guns or any other kind of weapons to your drone, right? This firebombing would be a weapon, would it not?
Yeah, they have special permission to be able to use these drones. They have actually been using drones similar to this now for several years. We've reported on a lot of the fires in California where they were using these and initially developed them.
Greg from Osby Jones says, replace the fireballs with golf balls. Fly over a golf course. I think that would be hilarious. Like, just add extra balls. Let people think where's my ball? I don't know. Is it that one or that one or that one or that one? That would be hilarious.
That would work in so many sports.
Oh,
although
yeah.
golf would be ideal.
Absolutely. What's next?
All right. What's next? Well, NASA Ingenuity has got itself in place to use the helicopter, and this is the latest update we have from NASA.
What we're trying to do is get ready for the helicopter mission. In order to get ready for the helicopter mission, we have to get the arm and the camera on the arm operational, and so we'll be spending about the next week doing that. I would say by early April, early to mid-April, the helicopter should be there, ready to start its mission. I think, kind of late summer is when everything, and including the helicopter mission, is kind of ready to go for going towards getting those samples that we want to bring back to Earth.
Those samples could help answer one of the fundamental mysteries of the universe.
It's the culmination of 50 years of exploration of Mars.
And liftoff as the countdown to Mars continues.
This is all designed to answer a question that has really haunted humankind since we first started turning our eyes skyward and looking at the stars. Are we alone? Is there life anywhere in the cosmos? Perseverance, if all goes as NASA hopes, will offer us the first concrete opportunity to answer that question definitively.
That is so cool, man. Isn't it fun living in the future?
You know what's going to happen, though, Ken?
What?
That drone's going to take off, and they're going to find some lost hikers.
That's what it is, yeah. Some lost Martian hikers.
Really, really lost hikers.
They're going to be like, bleep, blorp, over here, bleep, blorp, bleep.
Oh, God.
Or better yet, or they'll find some Martian rednecks sunbathing. Bleep blorp, you cannot fly over my home. Emma Sue Glicknot is sunbathing. She's got her 11-piece on. She worked hard getting that hot body. You can't film her. Get off my land.
You know how the moon cuts its hair? It clips it.
Sorry, Jeff. Come on, man.
No, that's
got a Shiner Bach.
Martian rednecks. Yes.
They exist. I'm sure of it.
Now back to you in the newsroom.
All right. So a company called ABB claims that it has the best solution for detecting methane leaks in major problem areas across the United States and beyond. The company has developed a drone that is the world's fastest, most sensitive drone-based leak detection system ever made.
Oh. Okay. Well, you have to be fast to catch that gas. Right?
Yeah.
That would be a good bumper sticker.
Got to be fast to catch that gas. That's it. ABB.
Well,
yeah.
And having the enhanced sensitivity allows it to work in different areas. It can actually detect stuff flying at 130 feet off the ground, which is pretty impressive. And it's able to do detections up to speeds of 55 miles an hour.
Gentlemen, that was a fart.
Quite the flatulence.
Jeff. Come on, you can't talk about methane detection without some sort of fart gag.
I work very hard on this news every week. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, I believe we have an update from Henrik Olsen on a Mavic Air 2S.
Making these new rumor videos every time we're getting close to a release from DJI. And it seems that we are getting close right now, as the rumors are indicating that the drone will be released sometimes during next week. One of the more visual things that you're getting with the Air 2S, apart from the camera with the 1-inch sensor and the 20 megapixel still capabilities, is the upward facing sensors, or at least what we think is the upward facing sensors. And those actually make me think, are they really upward facing sensors? I actually don't think they are. And if you think about some of the other stuff that have been released about this drone, is that it will support OcuSync 3.0, like we know from the DJI FPV combo, as well as support for the version 2 of the goggles, even though it's not supported from the beginning, will actually make a very, very interesting combination. There's been rumors previously about DJI speculating in releasing a more light version of their FPV drone, and the Air 2 might actually be the one. And why would DJI put in upward obstacle avoidance sensors and leave out the side sensors on the drone? That doesn't make sense to me. And if you're taking a closer look at the position of these sensors, they're not facing upwards. They're actually facing in an angle like that. So maybe it is possible that the drone will fly something like that, and they will include the sensors to provide protection for the drone. I don't know if that is a totally crazy idea, but that would definitely be something that would be very interesting for a lot of us that didn't take the plunge into the DJI FPV combo. But at least it will allow you to do a more lightweight dip with your toes in an environment that's much safer to do the FPV flying. But is this all crazy speculation or not? Because one thing that had really been bugging me when I heard the first rumors about the OcuSync 3 support is, why would you take a normal GPS-assisted drone and throw in OcuSync 3.0 low latency and support for the goggles for a drone like this?
That's a lot of speculation. I don't know. What do you think, Kelly? Why do you think those sensors are facing that way?
I think they're actually little bidets, and so when you squat over the drone, they squirt up, because he's European, right? And those are big over there. So that's my theory.
Little bidets? Okay.
Little bidets.
Yeah. So what you do is you fly the drone directly towards your ass and then hit a button.
No. You hover, and then you get that nice breeze.
Okay.
You know, on a hot day, there's nothing better to kind of cool everything down than a little drone bidet.
I actually think that it's a clever idea to have those sensors at an angle. Because then you won't need forward and upward. You can just use them at an angle, and it gets them.
They have a kind of spread like this, right? So,
yeah.
So when you tip over, it's just like the camera on an FPV drone. You're flying at an angle like this. So having those sensors in the front is really facing downward, right? It's facing the ground.
Yeah.
And if you have them up there, I do think they're actually sensors. I don't think they're bidets, for the record.
So do you think there'll be FPV mode, or like manual mode in the?
I don't know why you would do that on that drone.
Unless the S is for like super sport mode.
or Multiplier.
Yeah.
I think DJI, like they have in the past, we have seen them in many cases take drones and sort of meld drones together to kind of come up with sort of a mix. You know, we had a lot of drones that they brought out that didn't last. You know, you had the Phantom 3, but then you had the Phantom 3 Professional and the Phantom 3, I forget the other one. And they had all of the features of a Phantom 4. But it was in a Phantom 3. You know, it was experimentation. And I think what we're seeing here is that DJI has brought out their FPV drone. They have a lot of things that they've learned from the FPV drone, that a lot of feedback they're getting back from its initial launch. But having some of the features of that FPV style flight in a small form drone like the Mavic Mini or the Mavic Air gives you something that is a crossover. And I'm thinking that what you'll probably see is that this is more of a crossover. It's not going to be all of the bells and whistles of FPV. It's not going to be all the bells and whistles of a GPS drone. You're going to have to give and take a little bit, but it'll be sort of an odd medium between the two.
Yeah, speaking of an odd medium between stuff, and you're going to have a chance to win this at some point.
I am?
Not you.
Can't.
Now, I know it looked like I was talking to you, but no. This is a GPC case for the DJI FPV quad. Let me just...
I want one of those.
Make me bigger, okay? So I just got this today from GPC, and look. Ooh, room for all of your stuff so that you never have to fly it again. Just keep it right in here.
It'll be nice and safe.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, but...
and the little bidets can recharge in there.
Yeah, it's got room for everything. And you can keep your Freewell gear, ND filters for it in here. You got place for 2 batteries. This is the props off version, but I think they're going to make a props on version soon. But, man, and it smells blue.
Can I just tell you a quick story about GPC?
Yeah, please.
I actually big fan. They make great stuff. I have the I actually have the Evo 2 Pro, Pro 2, and it came with the GPC case, which is fantastic. It's my first one, I think. Anyway, I write them a note, and I'm like, hey, you know, you guys seem to be on the drone channel support crew and giving drone channels giveaways and all that good stuff. Can I get in on that action? And I get a note back that says, we gave you one, and you never did anything with it. And I'm like, what? Really? And you know, I have to think back because, of course, that's happened, right? Have you ever received something and then just forgot to do something with it?
Yes.
But I think what happened is, you know, Barry Markowitz, right?
Sure.
Barry from Hawaii?
Yeah.
Right? I think he got some for Spin Up. And do you remember when we had it, Jeff, you were there at the Boy Scout Center. We had cases. We had all those cases up on, we had some Nanook cases and we had some GPC cases. And I think we gave them away there. And I don't think I ever, like, I didn't know that you know, I was kind of just like overwhelmed with everything. Anyway, I'm on GPC's bad list, naughty list.
Oh.
And so they won't send me anything.
Oh,
which
well.
is a bummer. I even asked. I asked nicely.
I tell you what, I know a guy.
You know a guy? Could you put in a good word and just say this guy will maybe he'll actually make a video.
I tell you what, I'll make you a trade. I'll put in a good word for you with GPC if you let DJI know that I still love them despite their suck ass DJI FPV quad. Will you tell them that? Okay,
sure.
Now back to the news.
All right. Now, and I'm going to preface this one before you play the video for this.
Yeah.
This particular video was captured by a veterinarian who was about to give this herd of deer anthrax vaccinations. And the behavior that you're going to see in this is something that is normally seen in dolphins, bison, and even elephants. This is probably one of the first times I've ever seen it in deer, but this is a truly hypnotic deer stampede.
Okay.
Wow. Oh no. Wait for it.
Yeah. Now where's... Oh.
This is in Russia. This is in Murmansk Oblast. It's a village outside of Lovozero in northwest Russia. But what's impressive is that the deer, this particular species of deer, they're sort of domesticated. And so the people there, they take care of them, and they herd them. They're used for food and fur, etc. But
look at that! It's a deer NATO.
Yeah,
that's a
deer NATO.
That's going to be a new movie instead of Sharknado, Deer NATO. And then look at if they show it again. There's one little deer dude in the middle, and everybody's going around. And he doesn't know which way to go. That was hilarious. Maybe they'll show that again.
And he's very dizzy.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see them sawing the. Yeah. Okay. Well, that got weird.
Wow. Yeah. That was pretty cool. It was like those fish that school in all those patterns.
Right.
And, and like I said, it's seen in other groups that are different in this, but in this one particular case, they got the deer NATO, which I thought was really cool.
Dustin said deer mosh pit.
Deer mosh pit.
Yes.
Hey, and I'm just now seeing the new super chats. Thank you, Ronald Wechter, very much. $5 TNL troubleshooting fees. And the Grumpy Vlogger. Hey, Grumps, $5. Congratulations on finally getting the video to show. Now breathe deep. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So next, this is out of India, and this was something that was, I guess, approved by the Ministry of Civil Aviation. They delivered a football. They did what? With who?
They delivered a football.
A football. Okay, let me back this up. I'm doing it a little different now. There we go. Here it comes.
Mini truck delivered the match ball for 110 games, but this has been a season of firsts. Known for being at the forefront of technology, DHL has delivered the official match ball via a drone for the first time.
Okay, I think I have the wrong video. That's a soccer ball. You said football, right? Okay, yes. Let me see. Again, I blame Wirecast for all this. Let me see if I...
Yeah. And actually, a football would have fallen out of those claws because it's not round.
Yeah. Football isn't actually a ball. It's a foot missile.
You uncultured swine.
You uncultured swine!
The football.
I know. There's a bunch of Europeans going, you Americans don't know what a football is.
You kick it with your foot, mate.
Right. That's a sticky wicket.
Why'd the monkey fall out of the tree?
Why?
Because he was dead. That's a joke from Gino with a $4.99 super chat.
Man, that's some Monty Python humor if I ever heard it right there. Gino, thanks, man. Thank you. Back to you in the newsroom.
All right. So this one is actually really good because once again we have another world record broken. In China, once again in Shanghai. Their international cruise terminal, they had a show for the Genesis of Genesis, and this is part of the car company Genesis entry into China, and they had a drone show with 3,281 drones.
Look at those drones. That's a lot of damn drones.
By Phil Collins.
Genesis. Genesis is a car company?
Yes.
Whoa.
Never heard of it.
That is cool.
And I like the way they have other drones flying through these little drones, too. That's really cool.
Dude, how'd you like to FPV through that?
Oh, stop. Yes, please.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. See, they're increasing the resolution of these shows by having more drones each time.
They're like pixels, right?
Right.
Yes.
You call them drones, we call them pixels.
Yeah, indeed. That's you, Jeff.
It's essentially drawing in the sky.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Great stuff.
One day I'll see a cluster drone show.
Yeah, and they'll have to fight you to stop wanting to go over there and fly the drones yourself.
Instead of having a cluster show, you'll see one.
Sorry, everyone in Europe, for that vaguely European accent from Kelly.
Right.
Yeah. All
right. So, Force Multiplier, I have a Force Double Plier here. The Kratos XQ-58A Valkyrie drone was successfully tested recently. This is an unmanned drone that has an internal weapons bay to be able to drop weapons. But what's unique about this particular drone is that this drone drops drones.
Aww.
It drops the Altia 600 small tube launched autonomous drone. And so this particular drone can fly into an area and then distribute more drones over a larger area safely without, having to use the pods that they normally use with like pilots.
Right.
And I love that how they were assessing this as the potential Skyborg system.
It's like a little baby.
Star Trek.
It's like a little baby drone. Ah, look at that little muffin.
It's like one of those birds that has babies while it's flying. Aren't there birds that do that?
Are there?
I think so.
That's
never heard.
Wild.
You should Google that. But somebody Google that for me. The bird that gives birth in flight.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Right,
did you say what animal did you say?
Bird.
Oh, that's going to trigger this video from our buddy Gene. This is somebody new that sent this in. No. This is from Gene. It's a very short video. I thank you very much for sending this in.
Quoth the raven, nevermore.
It's from Gene Fox. It says, "This is Gene. I listen to your show every week while I'm at work. I love it. Your show makes my night."
Oh, I know Gene. I know Gene Fox.
That's really nice.
You know, Grumpy Vlogger says birds are hatched. So I don't know. I thought birds were mammals.
Some birds
Texas
can be
public
considered.
school, right?
Yeah,
Right.
there you go. Yeah. All right. Back to you, Jeff.
All right. So next in the news we have one that's out of.
Bird's the word. Bird's the word. Well, don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the word.
Lounge version.
Yeah. Jeff, you all right, bud? I mean, this show, the news is already 3 hours long. Why not 4?
Yes. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and do that.
All right. What's next?
All right.
Breathe, Jeff,
So the
breathe.
San Mateo County Sheriff's Office is using drones in yet a new and exciting way. They're using it to drop off life jackets.
Ah, cool.
Attaching to the drone, it's going to allow me
Come on, video. Come on, video.
and then drop it.
You son of a bitch.
Button on my controller.
Yeah, we were going so well for a minute. Let's see, so I have to restart this every time. Oh, that's convenient.
Somebody said 2 beer Jeff is a trooper.
Yeah.
I'd say that's the only 2 we can see.
There we go.
By pressing a button on my controller.
Look at that. Just bringing a life vest out to someone who needs it.
You know, the second most underappreciated group in the drone community. First, there's lost hikers, and then there's drowning swimmers.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yep.
swimmers.
Yep.
Here's a toast to you. I'm raising my glass.
Absolutely. Thank you for making us drone pilots look good.
Thank you for giving us something good to do with them.
And lost old people.
Lost, yes. Well,
They just kind of
great in general.
wander off. We appreciate that.
Silver alert.
Awesome.
And stupid criminals, you are my favorite.
Oh, yeah, you're our bread and butter. All right, Jeff, thank you so much. Is that, are you 2 beers into this news now?
Well, I thought maybe you had something more along the lines of some breaking news.
Oh, you're right. I have some breaking news. This just in from Haarlem in the Netherlands. From Rob Muller. He says, "Hey Ken, broke 3 effing arms in one crash on my DJI FPV. But to my surprise, it's very easy to disassemble. The only soldering was the motor wires. I ordered a new main body frame and 4 arms. Cost me 56 euros. That's something like $65. Sort of got lucky, I guess. Only plastic damage. Keep you posted." And now here's some pictures. This just in from Haarlem. So that's what it looked like when he crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, and then here's the underside. Boy, he crashed hard.
It looks like he hit a bird.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and then
Stop it.
there it is, disassembled. So that's easy. That's simple. Once again,
like a splatted heron on there. It's like he must have run into that and just splatted right on it.
Once again, I recommend just keeping your DJI FPV quad in a GPC case and never flying it. That way it'll
Unless they
never
won't
break.
send you one.
That's right. That's right.
I know, and I actually was kind of impressed with that, with all of the parts laid out, because I mean, I fixed the Phantom 4, and I've rebuilt Chris Rollins's Mavic 2 or Mavic Pro, but that was neat with the breakdown of there. I would really like to get my hands on one of those and fix one. That
Ken
looks
just
like
sitting in
that's
the
a
box.
lot of fun.
I'm taking mine apart, just like
Yeah,
that.
Did
so.
you see Dono's battery covers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, those are cool.
cool.
He's 3D printing those. So
Yeah, they're
anyway,
super
4-hour news. Thank you so much, Jeff. Appreciate it. All right, see you, buddy.
Thanks for stopping
This is Jeff's
by.
4-hour work week.
Now get out.